I am interested in nutrients in the coastal Virginia area. So this is the food that the phytoplankton like to eat, and I am interested in which forms of nutrients they prefer. I'm particularly interested in an organic form of nitrogen called urea. Urea can come from our watershed, from wastewater treatment plants, as well as fertilizer and different human activities. And I'm interested in learning, okay, how much do the phytoplankton actually like to use urea? How is urea moving throughout the watershed? And is urea something that we have to worry about for management? So urea was sort of like one of the first organics that people started to look at the usage of urea. So it's kind of a great measure of sort of getting an idea if they like to use organics in the first place. But then at the same time, over the last few decades, I think urea has really become more prevalent. So far I've guest lectured once over at Hampton Road Sanitation District. Our lab has actually done a lot of work with HRSD over the years looking at the impact of wastewater once it enters the watershed. I went and talked to them about like what happens to wastewater once it actually leaves the plant, because besides reaching the different criteria that the state sets for them as far as discharge, they don't really think as much about what happens after the fact, or at least the general employee doesn't. And it was really rewarding to hear, the different questions they asked about, where the facility was located or different things being discharged. It was really interesting also to hear their perspective.
I'm Kevin Parker, an environmental scientist here at HRSD. We're all concerned with nutrient loading and specifically the dissolved organic nitrogen, and it's a partnership between all of us to get better answers, come to better conclusions, and just in general work together to improve water quality.